and welcome to this video. My name is Miriam Mondo, in charge of training and career advisory services here at Corporate Staffing. And today we are looking at some of the soft skills that are good for your CV. And as usual, I am joined by one of our CV writing experts, Evelyn, who will be expounding more on this subject. Thank you, Evelyn, for joining me.
Thank you as well, Mary.
Yes.
Glad to be back.
Yes. I know skills are important to be highlighted in the CV. And in this conversation, we are focusing more on the soft skills and which ones are the best to highlight in the CV. To begin with, maybe you can start by sharing with us examples of soft skills that are highly valued by employers across different industries.
Okay. Thank you for that question, Mary. So soft skills are usually an essential element when it comes to sending your application. So the first one, I'll focus on two, the major ones. The first one is communication. Communication in the sense that this is in both oral and also in written. So there are instances whereby you may be expected to communicate some information. So how do you relate to your colleagues, to your fellow teammates? If you are in charge of a team, what mode of communication do you use? And how are you effective when it comes to that communication? So there is a way it's supposed to be brought out in the right way, but of course by giving scenarios.
Because every role requires you to communicate with people.
Exactly. Like what you're doing
in the organization, I know.
So that's communication. Number two, it's flexibility. So flexibility in the sense that, you know, there are several industries that we have. So we have the FMCG sector, we have the hospitality sector. So you find an instance whereby a candidate has tweaked their CV in a way that leans towards one industry. So that already communicates a message to this recruiter that she won't be able to fit into such an environment based on how the information has been brought out. So flexibility is usually a must element because they have to see you're flexible to easily fit into a diverse environment. If you've been working throughout hospitality and maybe the job wants you to work maybe in a hospital setup, so that CV needs to showcase it needs to showcase the fact that you are a diverse professional, that you can easily fit into any kind of environment so long as it's in line with the role that you've been doing.
Great. So I know soft skills are those skills that we need to succeed in any position or role that we are tasked with. So how best can a candidate now be able to identify and assess at the application stage which are the best soft skills to include in my CV?
So it's quite easy actually to bring this out because normally I advise candidates to do a self-reflection, self-reflect. So, and the main guiding tool here will be the job advert. So case in point, there's an advert and it's indicated they're looking for someone who is a problem solver. So you have to remember an instance in your workplace where you provided a solution to a problem. But when you're giving that description, you're also ensuring that it's in line with that advert so that it goes hand in hand so that they get to see you're a problem solver. If it's skill in team working skills, you give an instance, maybe you are part of a project and you are part of the team that led to even its success. You give in detail. But remember, it has to be in line with the advert. So everything that this person will be doing has to be connected with the advert. But you're giving an instance. That's why I tend to give people, I tell people, self-reflect based on what you've been doing. Don't bring out information that someone can just indicate problem solving and then they leave it at that. But this recruiter would want to see a scenario of where you solved an issue. That they know if they called you in for an interview, they know even when they have that discussion with you, you'd be the right candidate.
Because soft skills are more like qualities that you exude that brings out your areas of strength. Great. I like the way you have brought it up with examples, gives it more weight. Great. So as we wrap up, are there any soft skills that you can say are in high demand in today's job market?
There are actually. There are usually quite a lot, but I'll focus on the main ones. So number one, we have what we call the digital literacy. So you see we are changing into the digital era. A lot of things are turning digital. So here they'll be expecting specific softwares. So that's why you'll see in an instance, in an advert, they've indicated you must be familiar with a specific software. So I can give you an example of an accountant. Accountants, you'll see key softwares that they'll be looking for, either QuickBooks, if it's QuickBooks, if it's SAP, if it's Navision, they're usually quite but they'll even specify. So in that CV, this candidate is also supposed to include that information so that they get to see what kind of systems, what kinds of softwares that this person is conversant with. But of course, remember the guiding tool is the advert. Another point of reference also, we have customer service. Customer service, there is this one software that will always pop up, the CRM software. You'll see them indicating you must be familiar with the CRM system. So if you're familiar with that, that bit also needs to be highlighted in the CV so that they get to see when recruiters are looking at it, they actually get to see a correlation between the two. So that's on digital literacy. The other bit also, we have leadership skills. This is of course depending on the nature of the job, because you see there are some senior roles that will require someone with leadership skills. So here, this person also has to give a scenario where he or she led a team and what was the outcome of that leadership of that person, as in of that person being a leader, right? Yeah, we also have public speaking. Yeah, and a good example again it's still with the senior professionals. Because if you're a manager, if you're a director, remember there are instances whereby you'd be addressing several audiences, be it a training, or let's say maybe you are meeting other board members as well.
Or you're even representing the organization.
True. So you'll need to have those public speaking skills. That's why you might even see, like, even these politicians, like some of them don't even have the public speaking skills. But they have to learn, so they need those skills also.
I know, as a public speaking trainer, I normally say you can't afford not to be able to communicate effectively. So I agree with you. Public speaking and presentation skills comes in handy.
Very true.
Interesting. And of course, these are skills that are indeed in high demand, and to be able to package yourself very well for the opportunities you're targeting, for the next level to advance in your career, they come in handy. Thank you so much for sharing. I know in our next video we'll be diving deeper into other skills that are key for someone in the job search process.
True.
It was nice having you.
Thank you, Mary.
Great.
Yeah.
Indeed, as a candidate at the job application stage, you want to bring out the soft skills that you exude for that particular role that you're applying for, and knowing how best to include them in your CV and which is the right soft skills to include in your CV depending on the job that you're applying for is very key. I hope you found this video insightful, and we encourage you to even share with us your current up-to-date CV as it is, and the link for any advert position that you are advertising, that you are applying for, and we will be able to reach out to you and to advise on which are the best soft skills to include for that opportunity you are applying for. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.